I think there's a big reason why Michelin is still one of the biggest tire companies in the world after over 130 years. They're one of the oldest companies in France. There's a good reason for that, and it's because they understood branding. I own quite a few books, but by far my favorite book as someone that's into marketing and business is this book right here. This is the 1920 edition of the Michelin Guide for the British Isles. The Michelin Guide was a huge innovation in marketing. Michelin had a problem. Michelin, the tire company, had a problem. People didn't know how to travel with cars. There was many travel guides before. In the late 1800s, when people started traveling for leisure, there was travel books like Murray and Baedeker that were super popular. But Michelin found one gap that hadn't been filled yet. There was no guides for how to travel with a car. And so they used this guide. The first 50 pages is all about how to repair your car and how to actually travel with your car. And that's things like licensing, visas, inspecting your car, fixing a flat, knowing where to drive to make sure you don't get a flat. Things people just didn't know back then. It's all in the first 50 pages. Then the rest of the book, and this is like a huge book, is all guides on how to get around certain cities, where to travel, preset destinations, travel excursions that people can go on. And all of it was just to encourage people and give people the confidence to go travel and drive their cars more. In turn, that increases tire sales. Not only that, but all the maps in here show the exact location of any dealer of Michelin tires. So it was essentially an early version of Google Maps, and Michelin today is actually known for the Michelin star. The Michelin star, that's probably what you know. You not only know the Michelin Man, which is back here, right there, but you know the Michelin stars, and that was because people needed to know where to eat. And especially back in the day, people who had cars back in this time were rich or famous. They had lots of money, and so they had high standards for what they wanted to eat. So they didn't want to travel because they had a home cook. They had a chef. They had somebody, they had restaurants at home that they could eat really nice food. And so they didn't want to go travel places because they didn't want to have to eat second-rate food wherever they went. There's also a part in here which actually became the most popular part of the Michelin Guide, and especially after a while people knew how to drive around with cars, is the Michelin stars. And that today is still something that they come out with. After over 100 years of doing this, they still do it.